I think somebody slipped something into my drink. You kids are even looking for Jerry or Walter.
I'm John Fox, back on Music View with an incredible story of rock and roll survival. About 15 years ago, Johnny Thunders started playing guitar in the legendary New York Dolls, left to form his own band, the Heartbreakers, in '75, and for most of this decade has rooted around with a bunch of different solo incarnations, occasionally pumping out a record. Best known for living a somewhat illicit lifestyle, he resurfaced recently with an album called Copycats and filled us in on his extracurricular activities, most notably fatherhood.
I have a Swedish girlfriend, and I've been living in Europe for 6 years. I've lived in Paris before that, and I just don't want to live in New York or the States. I have a new daughter called Jamie. She's going to be 1 year old. God, what a slap in the face. It's like everything I did bad, is like, you gotta be real nice. Teach, all the proper things, that you have to teach your kid. I feel so proud. This is, the best thing that happened to me in my life. It's like having a daughter is like, wow.
Originally done back in 1965 by Roy Head from the LP Copycats, Johnny Thunders and Treat Her Right on Music View. And now I'll turn over the reins.
That's right. That's us. Personality Plus.
Love me tender. That you love me, I see I was wrong, 'cause you're broken my heart now. Didn't take you too long. Our love's on the dark side, 'cause you cheated and you lied. I give you all my sweet loving, but you weren't satisfied. Back to me, baby. My nights are too long. Oh, the minutes seem like hours, huh? Ever since you've been gone. He wants to tell you about it. Well, I love you, honey. For the birds of the sky. Without your sweet love, all I do, baby, is cry. I say I'm crying for you, child. 'Cause you know you drive me mad. 'Cause you're the best of the woman, girl, this man has ever had. I gotta have you, honey. Say that you be mine. 'Cause I love you forever, girl, to the end of time. Mine, all mine, please be mine. I just got to have you. You can't do that to me.
Station of the Stars.
Pennsylvania snow is pretty thick. Michigan ain't where I get my kicks. Texas is fine, but it gets too hot. New York City's not a place to stop. New Orleans is the home of the blues. But California's my home with Mary Down in Mississippi, I'm told it's nice. And all the meals there, they come with rice. Oregon and Iowa are not for me. But Colorado mountains are something you will see. But back in California, there's nothing to lose. 'Cause everything's swinging there with Mary Hugh.
Great sounds, right here, all day. We play music with you in mind.
me anymore. Please.
They call her Shanty Tramp. Who is she? Where did she come from? How did she get the name of Shanty Tramp? Meet her friends, booted, buckled, and revved for action. Burning the highways with terror, always one step ahead of the fuzz, are the friends of Shanty Tramp. This unusual and abnormal motion picture makes those Swedish movies look like a Sunday school show. From the swamp-infested backwoods of Georgia comes the story of a lust-loving tramp. Born broke, she found a way to make money. She loved them all. That's Shanty Tramp. Teenagers will not be permitted to see Shanty Tramp without the written permission of their parents. Special uniform police will supervise admissions.
An all-American boy sings his way into your hearts. Meanwhile, back in the States.
Hound here. WFMU East Orange, little Johnny Thunders, So Alone. Yesterday was the 2nd anniversary of his death. Hello, Erica. Before that, the A-Bones, brand new, Shanty Tramp, new 45. Flat Duo Jets, also brand new, Spring Heel Jack. The Yardbirds, the Psycho Daisies, the Shadows of Night, a live version of Dark Side. Velvet Underground, She Moved Right In from some weird bootleg. And extra long Vom set today, since we haven't done a Vom in weeks. We had a short vibe report, mercifully short vibe report, so. Anyway, how was the traffic? No? Good. Good. Everybody stay home. At least until like 9, till I get home. Then you can crowd the tunnel, I don't care. Oh, I got tons of news. I can't find my laugh track, though. I'm falling apart here today. Where'd my laugh track go? Oh, I guess I have to do news without the laugh track. This is incredible. This doesn't need a laugh track. Mississippi Supreme Court upheld a 25-year prison sentence for a would-be rapist whose victim grabbed his groin and wouldn't let go. The court rejected the 29-year-old Dwight Coverson's grounds for appeal, which focused on challenges to certain jurors and whether the jury should have heard his confession. Anyway, this thing happened 3 years ago. This woman was in bed, and she heard someone walk into the room. The intruder sat on top of her, threatened and cursed at her, and then he took his clothes off and demanded oral sex. The woman in her 50s realized that when she realized that he wasn't armed, she grabbed his penis, twisted, yanked, and held on with one hand. Then she grabbed his testicles and bit. He yelled, "Please, please, you're killing me. Die then," she said. I like this woman. She said, "Die then. Woman, you've got me suffering," he said. Anyway, somebody finally called the cops, and it took the jury 7 minutes to convict this guy. I like women like that. I think if more women did that, I think what they should basically do is either start giving women like martial arts lessons from grade 1, or just issue them all a taser or something. So, men only do that kind of crap because they know they can get away with it. They know the courts and the laws are on their side, and Anyway, we got more ridiculous idiots in the news. Here's a good one. Stevens Point, Wisconsin, a woman dubbed the Snow Queen persuaded men to undress in her truck, then get out and rub snow all over themselves while she drove away with their clothes and money, authorities said. Dealer Dobbs pleaded innocent Tuesday to 3 counts of theft. Trial date was not immediately set. She robbed at least 3 men last month, leaving them standing nearly naked or naked in the snow. One of the victims went with her to a hotel room. Prosecutor said he was told that if he got in the shower, she would scrub his back. Instead, she left with his pants and $600 in cash. Blah, 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 blah. One more, and this is an utter moron. Boy, men are idiots. Even me sometimes, but this guy, listen to this. A man was sentenced to 62 years in prison for beating his 2-year-old son to death, apparently because the boy played with dolls. Jose Angel Diaz, a 27-year-old machine operator, was found guilty of murder Tuesday. Should they just give Texas back to Mexico or something? Anyway, after he was really offended that his 2-year-old son was playing with dolls, and he didn't like the way his son was holding his hands. He said he was holding his hands a certain way, and Diaz was worried that his child was becoming, this is a 2-year-old, by the way, was becoming a homosexual. So he beat the kid to death. Imbecile. Should have just dropped him off inside the compound in Waco. Anyway, on that note, let's play some more records.
Hi, this is Kathy, and I'm here with my engineer, Dino. And we'd like to do a special tribute show this week. And I'd like to dedicate it to the friends and family of the late Johnny Thunders. This is the anniversary of his death, and we're going to be playing excerpts from the show we did a few months ago as memorial to him. So I hope you all enjoy it as much as we did. Like he was my big babe. This is the kind of place where no one can. Hello, children of a lesser God, and hello, Dolly
this is me, oh Dolly. It's so nice to have me back where I belong. Now to get serious.
Hi, this is Lee Black Childers. I managed Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers for 2 years, starting in 1976, which means in December of 1976, I got the call from Malcolm McLaren to come over and do the first Anarchy in the UK tour with the Sex Pistols, the Damned, the Clash, and the Heartbreakers. Now, we had never heard of any of the other groups, and basically we just went because Malcolm had had a previous association with the Dolls when Johnny was with them, and Johnny figured it was a trip, so off we'd go. It didn't matter. We weren't doing that much except the same old thing in New York anyway. When we got there, the Sex Pistols had talked dirty on British tea time TV and created total scandal and sensations. Suddenly, nobody was talking about anything except the Anarchy tour. We had to hide in our hotel rooms. Everything was crazy. We were turned away from town centers before we could even perform. And finally, at Leeds, a little industrial town in England's Midlands, in the Polytechnic, we finally got to do our first gig. The first band on was The Clash. They were great, of course, although they were youngsters then. The next band on were the Heartbreakers. Johnny kind of shambled on stage, all shark skin and attitude, stared at the audience. He had a reputation for undependability and a reputation for inconsistency. Nobody knew what was going to happen. The band came on. He ruffled his hair. He looked at him. He stood pigeon-toed, and he sang, "Do You Love Me?" And every mouth in the place dropped open. All the other bands came away from the bar and out of the dressing room and stood aghast. And for the first time on the Anarchy tour, they saw real rock and roll happening.
You broke my heart, 'cause I couldn't dance. You didn't even want me around. But now I'm back, but you know I can run, shake 'em down. Oh, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I get down. Watch me now, hey, work it out, baby. You know you gotta be crazy. Just a little down now, work. Like a mashed potato. I can do the twist. Now tell me, baby, I do you like it like this? Tell me, whoa. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I get down. Watch me now, hey, work it out, baby. You know you gotta be crazy. Just a little bit of time now, work. Like a mashed potato. I can do the twist. Now tell me, baby, I do you like it like this? Tell me, oh, do you love me? I do you love me? I do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I get there. Hey, oh. Woo! You're good, I like. Thanks a lot.
I wrote this song for you. It's about
Well, that's all we have time for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show, and Johnny, rest in peace. We all love and miss you. Have a good night, and I'll see you next week. I mean, you'll hear me next week.
you made everything alright. You took away my tears. You gave me new ideas, and now you're gone. Don't go away. Oh, I was so fine. Remember when we drank wine? I'm sorry we never had a home, but baby, I feel so long. Don't go. you. I don't want nobody else but you. Can you see that I love you? Don't go. Don't go away. Don't go. Don't go away. Don't go.
Ex-New York Doll and punk rock guitar legend Johnny Thunders resurfaced recently with an album called Copycats. He gave some background on the thing for Music View.
We recorded in 87, part in 88. It's an album of all covers or some of our favorite songs that we grew up with and liked, and we decided to, make an album of them. I always wanted to do that since I heard the John Lennon rock and roll album when he did that album of all covers. We have the horn players from Charlie Watts' Rocket 88. We have the Michael Nyman Orchestra. We have the violin players. We have a lot of very different, interesting people on it.
That's the inimitable Johnny Thunders. And I'm John Fox for Music View, sponsored by the Columbia Record Tape and CD Club.
Hey, it's Mark Solomon, the Johnny Thunders guy. Thanks for the tape, and I guess I'll have to catch you on the phone later anyway. But I'll send you this other stuff that you want. And you got a couple more tapes I'd like to get, so, I'd like to do it. So I'll talk to you later, man. I hope you feel all right. Bye.
Joey Ramone. Cool.